When the pandemic hit, many events, as we now know, were delayed or canceled altogether, and the Triple Crown races were no exception. Here in Kentucky, that meant a delay to the Kentucky Derby, which is set now for September 5th. The Preakness Stakes and the Belmont Stakes were also delayed, with the Belmont Stakes now scheduled for tomorrow. LEX 18's Claire Kopsky tells us more about this historic Triple Crown series ahead in this coronavirus coverage.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
It's a scene Kentuckians didn't see on the usual first Saturday in May.
When we learned that the American Triple Crown races were going to be out of order this year, you kind of go to social media chatter. You have a lot of traditionalists that it really bothered them that the races weren't in the right order.
The Triple Crown usually kicks off here in the Bluegrass at Churchill Downs, goes to the Pimlico Racecourse, then to Belmont Park, all within 6 weeks. But this year it's beginning with the Belmont on Saturday, and the next race isn't until the Derby in early September.
A lot of folks said that might be more challenging for a horse because now he or she has to stay healthy for a longer time to complete the sweep.
Although the Kentucky Derby has never missed a year, the Triple Crown has been out of order before. In fact, during 2 years, 2 of the 3 races ran on the same day.
In the 19th century, these 3 races really weren't recognized as an achievement. They weren't recognized as a Triple Crown, so they weren't always running the same sequence. You can go back to the late 1800s, especially getting to the 1890s. You'll see many instances in the late 1800s, early 1900s, where the Preakness is run before the Derby, where the races are run out of order. They don't start to be run as a series until the 1930s.
Because of the lineup change this year, the distance at the Belmont has also been altered, such that the longest race is not the first race.
The Belmont will be run at 1.8 miles this year. The Derby will be run at its traditional 1.25 miles. The Preakness is run at its traditional distance of 1.316 miles.
So even though the first of the 3 starting bells hasn't rung, it's already a Triple Crown for the history books.
What makes it a compelling story is it's always great when we can tell a story that really ties in to American history at large. And this definitely does that, because the story we have with the Triple Crown series this year ties into something that we're all going through in the country and around the world at this current time with the COVID-19 pandemic.
In Louisville, Claire Kopsky, LEX 18 News.